Hello and my goodness everybody, what a crazy week it has been in the stock market, so I figured I'd hurry and make a little video to kind of try and recap what is going on and what my thoughts are going into next week. So right now the stock market kind of feels like this perfect storm of negative catalysts that are coming our way. It seems day after day we're hearing more and more bad news about things going on in the economy or relating to COVID or relating to the Taliban. To briefly sum up everything that's kind of going on, right now we have people scared about inflation, but then we also have the other side of the spectrum where there's people who are scared about the taper, which is necessary to happen if we really want to combat this bad inflation that we have been seeing, but yet we have people seeming like they're going to sell the market off due to the market taper. And then on top of that, we have COVID going crazy again with this Delta variant. We're seeing higher and higher case counts, and yes, more people are getting vaccinated, but we're getting more news too that these vaccines don't last as long as we initially thought, and that boosters are probably going to be necessary if the people who are vaccinated want to continue having antibodies in their system. And then on top of all this already crazy stuff going on in the world, you add on that the Taliban has now taken over essentially the whole country of Afghanistan, which is raising people's fears of possible war again, I feel like, or that the US may have to do something to intervene if they wind up doing something crazy over there. Now, I have not done a lot of research on what's going on over there myself, but I know it's adding to pressures on the market. So now the big question is, are we going to continue to see this fall happening next week, or are we kind of at the end of this? Is this going to just be another little hiccup or another little blip in the S&P 500 and we're on our way back to the moon, or are we going to start to inflect maybe downward and start to see the beginning of a stock market crash or a little bit of correction? So in my opinion, if we break down all the news, the most important things to really be paying attention to is what this taper, or rather when this taper is going to be, and how they're going to start with that and how that's actually going to affect rates. And then the other thing that we should really be paying attention to is COVID cases. We've been seeing them on the rise, but what we want to try and see is maybe an inflection point or a leveling point to where we don't have a continuation in the rise of cases. That would signal that maybe enough people are getting vaccinated, or maybe that we're getting closer to herd immunity to where we're seeing less and less cases. That would be really important. Now, if we see the opposite and we continue to see COVID go crazy and run rampant again, then we have more possibilities of shutdowns in other countries that could affect supply chains, which are going to lead right back to inflation. So those are things that we want to watch out for. Personally, what I'm doing is I'm kind of waiting on the sidelines with cash in my pocket. I've been saving about 50% of my account in cash just in case we do continue to see this crash. Now, before we even had this little pull down this week, I was already doing that because I've felt a little uneasy in this market for some time. I feel it's a little overweight and probably due for a correction. The place that I'm really investing right now is not the S&P 500 and not the Dow. I'm more in the Russ 2000 stocks right now. I'm in the small caps that have been getting beat down because I personally believe there's a better chance to see money rotate into the small caps from these larger value company stocks when these major indices do decide to finally correct. And the only other thing that I'm really looking out for this week is people to hit that subscribe and like button down below, as it does help me out tremendously. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed already so much. We've seen some serious channel growth in the last little while, and it really means so much to me. And for anybody who isn't already subscribed and made it this far in the video, thank you so much for making it this far, and do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. Alright guys, I hope you have a prosperous week of trading ahead, and we'll see you in the next one.